changing. If you can't tell in the back, because it's been a while since I posted stuff done. You're not as used to my world as I am, I get it. But done some changes. Moved Gandalf's village a bit. So I'm gonna somehow surround this. Still gonna do that. Haven't done it yet. But and I gotta move the stable. But everything got moved because I want to fix the crops. That'll be a different episode. I'm gonna make proper garden. But yeah, so here's the episode on me kind of doing this. This is more of a talk episode. It was my first episode back, and I really didn't know, kind of what to do. So we just had a chat. Here we go. So I am redesigning Gandalf's village. We're going to move them a little bit further away from me. I also saw another village over there. I don't remember if I've seen that in the previous episode. It's been a little while since I recorded. I may have covered this in the intro, but I haven't recorded the intro, so I don't know what I'm going to say in the intro. Or said in the... How do you say something in the past when it's in the future to you, but you know that the people that are watching it, that it's confusing. So what I'm doing, this is management. I'm managing the garden. I'm gonna recreate the garden, but because that's strode out everywhere and I can't stand it. But no, what I'm doing this for is because I need the bread, because I've kind of got the villagers and the iron golem, because I don't want another one to spawn, trapped at the moment. They're in here. Hello. How are you guys? I also breeded one to make sure there's enough for the village, but yet enough for the villager breeder that I'm going to make. And yeah, I'm gonna keep them in prison. But anyway, and I may make a different kind of villager breed. I still don't know what I'm gonna do exactly with that. I needed villagers. I'm gonna need villagers. That's just all there is to it. But I don't have the facilities for it yet. So I just wanted to recreate the village and do something productive while I was doing, to be honest with you, I was at attending church. Sometimes I do online church. I've been sick, so I don't want to go to church, and that brings me to something else. You guys are gonna see and hear me doing, and I'm a human. I'm faulty. Don't think this is me trying to be holy or whatever, righteous, or however someone might put it. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but as I said, I've been sick, so you're going to hear sniffles and stuff. And I'm sorry about that. I'll try to cut those out if I can. But I will be kind of refocusing a lot of my content to reflect the idea that I am Christian, and I don't want to hide that. I've never really wanted to hide it. I think with our society, with a lot of people, who like to be mean, and I'm sorry, you're being mean if you're doing this. You think you're being somehow better or trying to better the world when you take somebody's beliefs from them. And I'm not trying to take your beliefs away from you, but I am going to tell you what I believe. It is, it's important to me, and the reason I believe the way I believe is because I've seen things that tell me that this is the way I should believe. You may not have seen those things, that's understandable, but I believe in Jesus. I believe in the name of Jesus, and I believe he has a purpose for me, and that my purpose revolves around me telling you that I believe in it. So don't take this as a me trying to tell you how to live your life or any of those things. I believe God tells me how to live my life. That's what I believe. I don't know how that map got made. That is odd. I don't even remember picking up that map. That's anyway. But I do, and I don't want to hide that or hide behind something or try to pretend that I don't believe something when I do. And there's a reason for that too, and that is because you may believe the way I believe, and maybe you're afraid to tell people. Maybe you're afraid to tell people because they don't believe that way. But that's actually one of the worst things we can do, is to keep that hidden. Because what you'll do, and this isn't just for Christians, folks, this is for anyone who believes the way they believe, and their friends do not. What you'll end up doing is you'll allow beliefs that are not a part of you, are not something that you do believe. You'll allow those to become your beliefs by proxy. It's like a I don't know. There's a term for it. It's like the admission of your it's an admission of your belief being false by not contesting a falsehood. And when I say these things, I'm talking about, like, for example, we can talk about bad things that have happened in history, and people who allowed the bad things to happen simply because they just didn't stand up and say, no, this is wrong. And you know, you can use World War II as an example of that. The idea that there were Christians and Jews who allowed these things to happen and didn't say anything. And in all honesty, there might have been Muslims in that community. There might have been believers who did not believe in any religious beliefs, but they too just stayed silent and allowed these things to happen that are horrible things when you reflect on what we're actually talking about. And to know that these awful, horrible things, and not stand up and say no, or at least just say, I don't believe that's right. I mean, because in all honesty, that's all it would take, is to say, I don't believe that's right. I don't believe that's what we should do. I don't agree with this. And that's one of the ways that censorship takes a hold. For those of you who don't know, who may be watching on YouTube, I am putting a lot of content on Rumble. Because I don't believe in censorship. I believe I should be able to say what I believe. I believe what I believe, and I don't agree with the way a lot of things have happened in society these days. And my Rumble channel is not prospering. That's okay. It's not like I'm putting this on here for the purpose of being monetized and making a career out of making video games. If I was, I wouldn't be playing Minecraft and City Heroes, to be honest, because that's been the majority of the content, because that's what I'm enjoying playing. But if I were to play a game for prosperity, okay, if I were to play a game to try to make money off of playing video games, I would not choose the games that I'm playing. Because they're not, well, they're not up and coming. They're not the games that everybody's playing right now, or any of those kind of things. In fact, I seriously considered playing a game that I have enjoyed. I've enjoyed playing. And putting that up as, building my content around it, but the reason I didn't, is because I don't want to create my enjoyment around trying to make money off of videos and that's the reason I haven't uploaded. Part of the reason, I haven't uploaded to anything in a little while, simply because I haven't had time. I've been sick. I told you guys those things, but also because I got a to tear this down, and this is going to be difficult. Should I take that? Because I'm trying to recreate it. I want to recreate it over there. Okay, but no, I don't want to. Oh, I gotta make an axe. I don't want to worry about trying to make money. Instead of having enjoyment. I want this to be enjoyment. I want this to be my to make this content for you guys, because I want it to be enjoyable. I want it to reflect me having fun, because, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to bring up the idea that I believe the way I believe, because for some reason people have this idea that to be religious, to be Christian, to be a believer of things, whatever your beliefs are, to be a believer, you can't have fun. You can't do what people would refer to as normal things. That is, honestly, that is true. You can't be normal, as what some people would call normal, and be a believer, and that's just what I'm going to refer to myself as a believer. Not like yeah, I mean, for me it is. For me, it is being a believer in Christianity, in Jesus Christ. But for you, maybe you're not a Christian. Maybe you're not, but you believe in something, and or maybe you don't even believe the way I do, and I'm going to say this. I hope you keep an open mind to your beliefs, because if you're watching my channel, and you have a lot of beliefs that are like, well, wait a minute, I don't believe the way you do. We can agree to disagree. There's no problem with that. I don't have a problem with it. But if you're like, well, I can't watch this because I don't believe that, I will not put on here a message of hate. Okay. But I would hate to use the term for you to miss out on the consideration that, hey, maybe there's some enjoyment, maybe there's some joy in believing the way I believe, while allowing someone else to believe the way they believe, and maybe even listening to them speak about it. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak sometimes about it. Sorry, I'm gonna speak sometimes about it. I hope I edit some of the audio of this so you don't hear me coughing, sniffling, sneezing, congestion, runny nose, headache. What's the other one? There's more, but I can't remember. I was trying to mimic the what was it, NyQuil, I think, commercial. But I think I some of it backwards. But yeah, I do have. I hope you guys stay with me, even if you hear all these things. You're like, well, I don't believe that. That's okay. That's okay. I'm not against you. So I'm not against you believing your beliefs, and that's what I really want you to know. That I'm not here because I don't like you or don't agree with your beliefs. I'm here because I love you and appreciate you for who you are. But I do want you to know that Jesus loves you too, for who you are. I'm not fast and efficient with this building. Not at all. I'll tell you what. If I'm gonna say something about somebody being fast and efficient with building, especially building incredibly, I've gotta hand it to Good Times with Scar. Now I watch a lot of content. Some of it is YouTube. I mean, some of it is YouTube. Some of it is. I mean, it is YouTube sometimes, but some of it is content is Minecraft. The words. Use your words. Minecraft content. Some of it is not, but when I watch Minecraft, and I do watch a lot of the Hermitcraft. I watch a lot of Hermits. They're fun to watch, but I will say that I am most amazed when it comes to the building capabilities. You can turn to like redstone and start looking into that kind of stuff, and that blows my mind. So I can't do redstone. I can't even do building, because I don't have a builder's eye the way others do. But when I'm watching content, Hermitcraft content, and I'm watching for builders, I'm wanting to watch somebody build, and that's just it's just for that reason. If I'm wanting to learn how to build or see how somebody built something or whatever, I always end up watching Good Times with Scar or Grian or BOO. And that's not the only ones. Those are not the only ones. Seems like every person on Hermitcraft has the ability to build beautifully. Something that I wouldn't necessarily be able to do. But I do find it very interesting, very enjoyable to watch them in their craft, because that's really what they're doing. They're craftsmen in a digital, gaming sense. And the same thing goes for other games that I like to play. When I play, and some of you guys who have watched my YouTube content, they already have seen these, me posting on there. But I'll play, for example, I will play, once I spit it out, I'll tell you what I'll play. I will play, I'm trying to see how this is built, I'm sorry. Now I'm messing up. I will play Valheim, for example. And Valheim, that is a prime example of a game where crafting and building is well done in a way that is really fun, and at the same time, you can put things together in ways that will fool your eye into seeing something that's not the way, what it is in game if you just place it on the ground. And another game like that is No Man's Sky. You've seen the No Man's Sky content if you watch YouTube. It's just, I haven't played the games in a while. I've moved kind of away from the games just for, because of enjoyment. It's not because I don't love the games. Time is one reason. I don't have the time in the day. I've got too many things that I'm trying to accomplish in my life that may not allow me to play these games. And I'm realizing now that I've got these solid logs on the corners instead of the ones that I thought I had. So, but anyway, but yeah, it's not that I don't love playing No Man's Sky or Valheim, but to be honest about my enjoyment, I'll always get the most enjoyment out of Minecraft because it's a blank slate. I love sandbox games, always did. And the other game that I'm playing and posting, you've seen it, is City Heroes, and the reason I love playing it, or maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't, but check it out if you haven't. The reason I enjoy playing it is because I always enjoy playing it. It is a callback to my youth, in a way. I mean, because we're talking about a game that was released. When was it released? (2008, 7, 4, 2004). It shut down in like 2011, maybe, I think, and off of live servers. Now, and when I say shut down, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about off the live servers. This is gonna make me fall. Maybe not. Maybe I have a. Okay. Oh, I missed. But I loved City of Heroes because I loved comic books. I love classic comic books, and I'm talking about superheroes of the golden and silver age. Now I like some of the superheroes nowadays too, not as much as I used to love them, but as the ones from back then. But I still like some of it. And wait, how are those windows done? Oh, is there windows? There's not any windows. There's not windows in there, is there? This is why I hate moving things, because I spend half my day. See, it's midday and I'm running back and forth. No, there's no windows. There's windows in the back. That's all. Oh, okay. My bad. My favorite superhero, and I know I'm talking about superhero games and superheroes in the middle of Minecraft. But that's, again, comes back to, well, this is what I enjoy. This is what I like. So I'm going to talk about things I like while I'm doing this. And I'm just not going to pretend that I don't like it simply because, I'm trying to do something else or whatever. My favorite superheroes were, when I was a small child, it was Superman. And as I got a little bit older, the next favorite superhero became Green Lantern because of Super Friends. Because I remember one specific episode, and I couldn't tell you what episode it was to save my life if I had to right now, but that where the Justice League had to do something, and I wish I could remember exactly what they were doing. But at one point, somebody looked to Green Lantern to do something, and they're like, "We need Superman." And somebody else said, because at that time, everything in Super Friends was designed around, appreciating everyone for who they were. And that's one of the reasons I am the way I am with the channel. I am a fan of Super Friends. Okay. This is what I'm doing. I'm moving the village. Got my dirt prison of villagers over here, and a golem as well. And we're moving the village into a more villagey aesthetic. And the sun's going down, so that's a good time to say farewell. Thank you for coming. Firenut 13 signing off. See you next time, guys. Thanks for listening to me rant, because that's pretty much all this was. Bye-bye.